Good morning, everyone. Sasha Wilson here. Welcome to my monthly card class on Facebook Live. I'm a couple minutes early, so I'm gonna wait for everyone to join. I'll fix my image here. Okay. Looks a little better. If you're joining me live, say hi, let me know you're here. This month's class is featuring the Dragonfly Garden bundle, the stamp set, and the punch. For those that placed an order of $40 or more last month, I mailed this kit to them in the mail. If you didn't get the kit, feel free to watch. Everyone's welcome. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me. Okay, just give it a minute or two more. I know it's early. Today is the first day that I'm having my in-person classes again. Now that the weather's kind of warmer, I can have classes on my back patio. So those start at 10. So I'm doing this live right before then. So all right. So we will be using the stamp set and the punch. I do have an alternative idea if you don't have this punch. For one of the cards, I'll show it with the daisies. And then we will also be using the new oval punch. If you got the card kit, you have all the pieces in your kit. Everything should be in there. It's just not stamped. So if you don't have this stamp set and you got the kit, feel free to improvise with whatever you have. We'll be using this Mossy Meadow linen thread. We'll be using the Ladybug trinkets. The ink we'll be using is the Misty Moonlight, and I'm using one of my spots because my large ink pad is in a basket for my in-person class. This is one of the cards we'll be making, something similar to this. So I'll share that in a moment. So let me get all my supplies out as we get ready. So it's 9 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and start. In your kit, you'll notice that you have, let's see, I included a thank you card. It says birthday, but it has a little note inside just thanking you for your order. So that's what this is. It kind of doesn't match, so if you're wondering, it's just a thank you card. Everyone that orders from me gets a thank you card, whether it's in your kit or in the mail. So then in your kit, you should have all of these pieces. So I'm just going to separate this out. And this is going to be recorded and posted, so don't feel like you have to keep up with me. I only have about 45 minutes to share with you today, so I'm not going to go too fast, but you might have to watch the replay to know everything you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. I want to share with you some of the pieces that I'm using in this kit. So in your card kit, you had these card bases, and these are from the Dandy Garden Memories and More cards and envelopes. And these are great to make quick cards. They're already scored, cut, and pre-printed and have matching envelopes. So I love that Stampin' Up! Does this. If you're kind of in a hurry to make a card, you just, stamp a sentiment, add some punched images, and you have a quick card. So we're using those. And then also on this card, you'll notice in here that I've included these pieces here. And these here come from the Dandy Laser Cut paper, okay? And they're in your kit. They're layered like this for a reason. So just kind of put them to the side till I show you what we're going to do with them. But I wanted to show you how they come packaged. So they come in a package like this. They're sandwiched in between two pieces of cardboard so they don't get damaged. And keep in mind, I had to buy several packages in order to make my kits to go for everyone that ordered. So this is several kits combined. But they come like this, and then it will have a sheet of 4 of these images here, and they're all 4 are different, so everyone will kind of have a different one. And then it comes with a second sheet that's like this, and they're kind of they're a little thicker than cardstock, and you can color them. They're white. They can be sponged with ink if you wanted to color them, but they're lots of fun, and we're going to be layering them on these card bases to make a really fun card. So it makes it real quick and easy. So if you haven't used these, you might consider trying them out. They're lots of fun. And they have tissue paper in between so they don't get damaged. And so those are the pieces you have in your kit, in case you're wondering what it is and you'd like to order more. These are in the Occasions catalog. There are some of these in the annual catalog that are in gold, like foil. Those are on the retiring list, so they're while supplies last because they're a consumable item. Those are lots of fun as well. Okay, so let's start with the easier card first. So we'll put these aside. So you should have 4 of these, and these come from the dies that are with this suite. And I don't have them handy. I apologize. But these are, I cut out 2 per card, and then you're going to need 2 of these. And I did put some extras in your kit just because I had punched them out, so I think everybody got 1 extra. Okay. So we are going to be doing this card here. So you're going to need your Misty Moonlight card base, and then you should have gotten a piece of the DSP. This is the Dandy Garden DSP, 1 of each sheet. You can choose which side you want to use. I'm going to use these solid sides. Okay. And then you can see here on here we did the Dragonflies. So I couldn't stamp those for you. You have to have the stamp set to stamp them. If you don't, I'm going to show you how you can improvise with the flower punch if you have that. Or I'm sure you have some kind of a flower image. We're going to do that. So, okay, let me get situated here. I don't know, I'm a little off this morning. I'm not quite sure why. I went and volunteered yesterday for the first time in a year, and I don't think I was used to standing on my feet for so long. I came home and fell asleep for an hour, and then went to bed early. And I think I'm still kind of lagging from that. So, we're going to stamp our sentiment in the middle of this one. I'm going to put "You are an inspiration." You can stamp anything you want. That's kind of the beauty of getting this kit in the class. Anything that will fit in this oval, you can use that. And I'm going to do that on both of them. And then for our dragonflies, I'm just going to take some scratch paper, or a scrap, not scratch paper, a scrap of Whisper White. And we're going to ink up the dragonfly. This card has 3 of them, so let's do 3. Okay, I'm a little rusty this morning. Sorry. Okay. There. Okay. And then to get the image in the wings, they have this piece here. And you might be thinking, well, it only gives you one side, but it's actually designed so that it doesn't fit perfectly, so you can turn it around. So we're going to ink it up. And you'll stamp here. It's meant not to match. And then turn it around and do the other side. Okay. And something to note is when you come in to do your punch, if you're not familiar with their punches, if you go upside down, you can see the image. I stamped this one a little high, but note that it's going to cut this dragonfly out up here. So before I punch those, I'm going to punch some of the white flowers so that I'm not wasting this paper, because I'm going to show you this card 2 different ways. So if I punched this first, it would punch the dragonfly, and then I wouldn't be able to get these images here. And then I stamped this one a little too high, so I'm going to come in here and just cut some of that off. And then get our dragonflies. Okay. So we have those, and we have these, and get some adhesive. So let's glue these down. And we'll do our cards now. And I don't have all my tools in here with me, so I don't have a bone folder, but that's okay. 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 My video cut out, so hopefully you guys are still seeing me. It shows I'm still alive, so shoot me a comment if hopefully it's not messed up. I have my laptop in front of me and I'm watching the comments there. Okay, so we'll put this down. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for popping in to say hi. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, I'm glad you guys can still see me. All right. Okay. And okay. I keep saying that. All right. So then we have these little pieces. So I'm just going to put a little glue little liquid glue. If you have a fine tip glue pen and you like using those, that would work good for this. When you put it down, you're not going to want to move it too much because the glue will smear. And then you'll end up with a sticky card. And we're going to trim the stems once we get these where we want them. So hi Katie, thanks for joining. Okay. So we have those. And so then we need some dimensionals. I'm just going to use these. These are our black dimensionals. If you didn't know, we have black dimensionals for when you're using darker colored paper. And the darker dimensionals actually come in a combo pack where you get, I think you get 2 sheets of the regular size and 1 sheet of the minis. So that's great. Okay. Okay, I don't have my bone folder, so these are not lying flat. So I'm just going to do it like this so that you can see everything. So on the back of our dragonflies, we're going to put dimensionals. And my cats are being mischievous and climbing on things, so I might have to run and get them down. If I do, I apologize now. They have a cat tree in here, and they're usually very good and just sleep on it right next to me, but sometimes they like to climb up on the bookshelf and then they want to attempt to walk across the TV that's on the wall. And we can't have that, so okay. So I'm going to actually put the dragonflies on this one. So we would just put 2 dimensionals and then just kind of have the dragonflies flying by. And then you should have some of the iridescent opals. Hold on. These are the opal rounds. So you should have, in your kit, you should have a little bag that has all the little tiny pieces in it. So these on this one, I'm going to put them on these like little dandelion images, just right there. Okay, so that's one card. Okay. On this one, if you didn't have the dragonflies and you want to kind of improvise, I'm going to use these daisy punches, and you could use any flower you have. And I think I'm just having all kinds of challenges today. All right. I think I'll put that there. And then I'm going to put the dragonflies on this one. So I'm just having all kinds of challenges today. All right. I think I'll put that there. 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 I think I'll put And I like to layer them like that. And I've just kind of folded up the petals. And put this one down here. And so for this one, I'm going to put my little opals on my daisies instead. As the center of my flowers. So then there's your alternative. So if you don't have the dragonflies and you have some sort of flower, die or punch, you can do that. So there's that card. So the next card I'm going to share with you is kind of a fun fold. Okay. Hopefully I'm a little more, I don't know what my deal is. It's just one of those days, I guess. Okay, so then you should have these pieces in your kit. Okay, so you should have two. Again, you'll have a little bag that has all your little pieces in it. Okay, so that they don't get lost amongst all the bigger cardstock pieces. So you should have some black dragonflies. And this card, I'm only going to make one because they're both the same. So I think that I will do this one here. So you will have two different images in your kit, okay, and these are that laser paper, and then you'll have your twine, and then you should have two of these, okay. So I'm just going to do one to show you. You do have the matching envelope. Feel free to stamp your envelope if you like. So how I did this was, there's this die, and this is in the, I believe it's Tasteful Textures, Tasteful Label dies. And these are carrying over, and it sits right here like that, okay? You could do any shape with this. I didn't come up with this card. I cased it from another demonstrator named Peggy. So it's not my idea. I got it from another demo. And she's very creative. I love all the different things she comes up with. So, so what I did was I punched this out, and then I have my cardstock layer here, and then I ran this through the die cutting machine, and then separately I ran this through the die cutting machine. Now you might ask, well, how did you know where to put it? I did make one template. And I had everything put aside for you guys. Now I can't find any of it, but I did do one template on one of the cards, but I found I really didn't need it. If you just kind of eyeball where it's going to go, it doesn't have to be perfect. If it's not directly in the center, it's still okay, because it's still going to look nice. So like, even if it's over here, our label is going to go on this side, so it's going to kind of, it's going to make it visually appealing, whether it's off to the side or in the middle, okay? Because we're not putting everything in the center. So if it's off, it's okay. And I didn't want this in the center. I wanted it kind of towards the top. I did want it in the center, but towards the top. But not quite all of them happened that way, and that's okay, all right? So you have this piece. It's already cut out for you, okay? And like I said, if you don't have this shape, you can do something similar, okay? So these pieces might be kind of stuck together because they were die cut, and this has a stitching, but you're going to want to glue them. So gently pull them apart. And if you have a fine tip glue pen and you like to use that, that would work best. If not, I use liquid glue. If you only have a tape runner, be very careful. that you don't tear it. And I'm not putting it quite on every edge because I don't want it to squish out. I just wanted enough to hold it down, okay? Because it's going to have some things on top of it that are going to kind of help keep it down too. And then we're going to lay it on here. Okay. And then from there, we're going to layer this on top of our card base. Oh, these are my extras from my other card. Okay. And you can see some of it spilled out. If you can, it's best to try and clean that up. If you don't, if you're using this Tombow liquid glue, if it spills out and you don't try to clean it up, it actually stays tacky. And so if you have a lot squished out and it dries like that, it will always remain tacky. And then when you give this card to someone, it may stick to the envelope. So you want to be careful and try to clean it up as much as possible. Okay, so there's that. So then we can fold our base. You can fold your base first too, it doesn't matter. Do that. So let's do this part now. Let's stamp our sentiment. So I'm going to do thank you, again, in the Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp 2 of them since I do have enough to make 2 cards. I'm just making 1 here. But since I have the ink open, okay. And if you're wondering where you get these Stampin' Spots from, these are from, I get most of mine from Paper Pumpkin. So every month they send you a different color. So if you're just starting out, Paper Pumpkin is a great monthly kit to get to help you slowly build your ink spots. So, okay, and I don't have my paper snips in here, but this, we're going to put, we're going to come in here and we're going to make it like a banner. So I cut up the center and then just cut in. All right. So again, you cut up the center and then come in. And then it's a little more uniform than trying to cut from one center and then the other, or one side and then the other. So, okay, so on this, you have this linen thread. You can tie it in a knot or you can tie it in a bow. I did give you enough to tie in a bow, but I know some people don't like bows, so it's up to you. Okay. And then for this part, we'll put some dimensionals on it. I would typically use white, but I don't know where my white ones are at the moment, so we're just using these, which will be fine. Okay. And then you have these little ladybug trinkets, which if you have glue dots, I would use those. Otherwise, you can use this liquid glue, but when you set it on there, you're going to need to let it dry. So I don't have my glue dots handy. I'll have to make note of this for next time when I have an in-person class at the same date. But you would just stick your little ladybug on right there. Okay, so I'll do that after. I want to do the next step. So Then the next step is to put the dragonfly inside. And for this, you're going to need a stapler. So I have a stapler here. And what you're going to do is we're going to staple that dragonfly right in there. So I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to kind of open this up. Actually, let's do it this way. Put it behind like that, and then put it down and hold it with your finger so that you know where the dragonfly needs to be. And then come in here with your stapler and staple down. Okay, and then you're going to fold the wings up. And then it's going to come in like this. And then you'll have your dragonfly here. And then for, I didn't include them, but for this, if you wanted to cover it up, you could use some rhinestones. You could use a ribbon, whatever you like. You can see on this one was actually made using the designer series paper where I punched out the dragonfly, but I didn't have enough of that paper to do that with you guys. So I did black, and then I just put rhinestones over the center, all the way down. But you may want to put pearls or something. So I kind of left that for you to do whatever you like. And if you just wanted to leave the stapler, we can just take a Sharpie and just kind of go over it, and you kind of won't even see it. So there's that. Okay. Hi, Rosemary. Thanks for joining us. And then we are going to just put the little dragonflies around. So just put them wherever. With these, again, I think I included lots of extras. Well, not lots, a couple extras. So have creative freedom, put them wherever you like. And then we would put a little dot down here for our ladybug. Now that we're done doing the other part, and we can just let it sit and dry. And then there's our card. And it has the little fun fold with the dragonfly. So, so those are the cards for my monthly card class. I hope you enjoyed them. I will be posting the replay here shortly right after. Let me share with you, I do have some extra cards, some extra projects to share using the stamp set if you want to hang out for a minute. This is one of the the mini paper pumpkin boxes, and it just has the dragonfly paper on it. I made these for my downline for one of our events. I put some goodies in here and gave it to them. So that's a fun little box. That would be fun if you want to put some note cards in it. Here's another card that I created using the Dandy Gardens and More cards. These were for a workshop that I did. And you can see again, I just punched the dragonfly out of the designer series paper, and it's just a quick card. If you need to make a whole bunch, super quick. And I love that the envelope's already decorated for you. So these are some swaps that I got. So let me share with you. Here's one, and this one is by Monica Ghiberti. I probably said that wrong, so I apologize. But it's stamped with Monica. So she did the dragonfly on a colored cardstock, which is fun. Here's another one, and this one is by Shirley Lynn Scott. And I like this one because she actually used a die to cut this out, so it's hard to see, but this is kind of 3-8, and it's popped up with dimensionals. And then this is embossed, so very pretty. Here's another one. This one is by Lola Wrist. And she did the Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow. This is embossed. You don't need a lot of ink pad colors for this. They're real fun and cheery. And then here's one more. This is by Holly Sutton. And this is kind of a fun fold. So this one opens up like this, and then this opens down here. And then she stamped the sentiment inside. So some fun little ideas. And let me share with you my upcoming class. So if you order using this hostess code from March 16th to April 15th, if your orders are over $40 or more, I will send you next month's class, and we'll be featuring the Well Suited suite. So with the dies and the stamp set. So this is one of the cards we'll be making. So if you want to be part of that and get your kit in the mail, just simply place an order using this hostess code before April 15th. I send enough supplies to make 2 of 2 different designs so that you have one to keep and one to give away. And then they're not stamped, so you do need to have the stamp sets. I do the die cutting. If you don't have the stamp set, you're welcome to improvise with something that you have. So I welcome your comments. If you're watching the replay, please let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, get a hold of me. And if not, you all have a very wonderful Saturday. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.